We talked about that game of the week, Sacs and Randolph County. This is the second time in 3 weeks the Sacs, the #1 team in Class 3A, will face a team from their region in the top 5 in the state. We caught up with head coach Jonathan Miller today, talking about that big matchup with the Tigers.
I'm proud of our kids. We've, probably just like everybody else, we've had our share of injuries. We've had our share of distractions, and to be able to be at this point 7-0 is, it's a big deal for us. And proud of our kids. And we got one more tough opponent Friday night. We've had a tough stretch here with Piedmont and Weaver and Randolph County in a row. So hopefully we'll come out and play hard Friday night and see what happens.
He talked about injuries, and they suffered a big one a couple of weeks ago at Piedmont. Quarterback Roland Torres tore his ACL on that play in the game, did not return, but they have had Davian Dukes step up. The junior quarterback has come in and played well, picked up the win over the Bulldogs, and last week again over Weaver.
Well, I think our team's got confidence in Davion, and Davion's played a little bit all year, so that's been a good thing for us. It's not the usual situation where your backup is, just a lot worse than your starter. So Davion, we have all got confidence in him. He's played well. He led us to a win at Piedmont, led us to a win last week at Weaver, and he's made some plays.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle is Randolph County. They've had their fair share of injuries as well. Their starting running back, Aaron Knight, went down earlier in the season, but they have bounced back, picked up a huge win in the region over Welborn last week. So Sacs knows once again it's another tough battle in Class 3A Region 6.
Run the football. They're very good on the offensive and defensive lines, and they can run the ball effectively. And when you have those three things, then you're a pretty good football team. And it's going to be a battle of strengths. We feel like we're fairly good up front. They're good up front, so it's going to be a good matchup.
Should be a great matchup. Chad Burnett will be there. It's our game of the week. We will have that on the Pigskin Roundup for you. Week 8 edition is another 2-hour show. Our cameras will be everywhere. Special guests in studio include Mark Sanders, the head coach of Donahoe, and Jacksonville head coach Clint Smith. And I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about next week's game against Hokes Bluff. Don't want to get too far ahead. Let's get the Week 8 games out of the way. All that comes your way this Friday night at 10 o'clock, or 10:30, I should say. And then right before we come on, in between us and TV24's primetime news, is our high school football game of the week. Sylacauga and Central Clay County all will hook up over in Sylacauga. Pregame is at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7 live right here on TV24 and TV47.